What I wish I knew when I started my blog. I look back at my early blog posts and I was wondering, what the heck was I doing? But the reality is, that's what most bloggers grow to. When they look at their older content, they realize that they could have just done so many more things to improve. They look at what went wrong, what they should have done instead, and they're like, man, if I can go back in time and I had a time machine and I knew what I knew now back then, I would just be so much better off. So do you want to know what I would do differently? Here are the top things that I would change if I was starting today. Number one, pick the right size niche. Now, a lot of people say the riches are in the niches. That's not true. If you look at the biggest companies out there, they go after big market caps. It's called TAM, Total Addressable Market. You want to go after a really big market because it's easier to capture 1% of a really gigantic market than it is to capture 60, 70, 80% of a really tiny market. And yes, when you're going after blogging about a big market, you can start with a niche, but that niche should be able to expand into a much bigger market. Here's what I mean by that. When I started off, I just wanted to blog about really small niches like conversion optimization. Now, over time, I learned that there's nothing wrong about blogging about conversion rate optimization or Google Analytics or SEO, but it all encompasses into what's called marketing, as you know. So marketing is a big TAM. Conversion rate optimization, not that big. SEO, it's not a bad size TAM, but paid advertising, much bigger TAM. So if you focus on niche that can expand into a much bigger TAM, you are good. But if you go after a niche that can't be expanded into a bigger TAM, you're kind of screwed. For example, if you go into a niche like best man speeches, what are you going to expand into? Best bridesmaid speeches? The market's still really, really tiny. There's not that much more for you to make from that. That niche can't really be expanded into a big market. You need to think about the market from day one. That way you can get more blog traffic. Small niches don't get that much search traffic. Big niches get much more traffic. Big TAMs get massive amount of traffic. 2, don't limit what platform you use. Harvard Business Review observed the shopping behavior of 46,000 customers and found that around 73% of consumers prefer shopping through multiple channels. Use an omni-channel approach to promote your content. It's not about just promoting your content for Google. I use stories on Instagram and tell people to swipe up to read my blog posts. I share my blog content on Twitter. I share my blog content on LinkedIn. I share it on Facebook as well. I don't care if people say a social network is popular or not popular like Reddit. I share it everywhere. Why? Something is better than nothing. Even if something drives me 5 clicks, that's better than nothing. 3, links are everything. When you post on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram or YouTube, always link back to your blog posts. Why? It gets you more traffic. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you're posting video content, there's no need for a link back. But with your blog content, if you want people to come back to your site, post a link. It's simple, it's easy. Even though these platforms want you to keep people on there, every once in a while, putting a blog post link in there helps drive more traffic. 4, do what you can to stand out. Don't just stick with big blocks of text. 32% of marketers believe that visuals are the most important type of content that their business creates. So you need to create amazing visuals and integrate them within your blog posts. I started doing infographics later in my blogging career, and that provided so much value. I started getting way more social shares and backlinks, and I started getting way more SEO juice as well. 5, I learned this the hard way. I used to keep creating new content week after week after week. And a lot of times my traffic wouldn't go up. What I wish I knew was that you need to actually spend more time updating your content. Don't just keep producing new content because there's already a ton of regurgitated old content on the web. Keep your content fresh and updated like Wikipedia does. That's how you continue to rank higher. Just think about it. For whatever search term you search for, there's a high chance that Wikipedia ranks for it. Why? Because their content is continually fresh and up to date. 6, and this is a big mistake that I made. Don't blog on the same topic over and over again. If I'm creating an article on online marketing, I wouldn't have an article on how to get started with online marketing and a second one about beginner's guide to online marketing and a third one about online marketing basics. Those 3 blog posts are pretty much about the same thing. That confuses Google on which one they should rank for the term online marketing and variations for that term. Instead, they want you to have one detailed post on online marketing instead of 5 posts that talk about the same thing. Again, it goes back to Wikipedia. They have more detailed, longer pages on the topic instead of 6 or 7 pages on the same thing, because that confuses Google on which ones they should rank. Number 7, last but not least, when I started out blogging, I didn't understand that you need to be consistent. When you keep producing content each and every single week, you get more traffic. The moment you stop being consistent, and when I looked at the data from years and years ago, when I took some months off, it would take me, even if I took 1 month off with my last blog, Cricksprout, it took me more than 3 months to recuperate my traffic from having to blog consistently. That's why it's so important for you to be consistent as well, or else you'll lose your traffic and it's hard to get it back. It'll actually take you more time to get that traffic back. If you need help with your content marketing, check out my ad agency, NP Digital, where we help companies like yours grow. If you enjoyed this post, like it, share it, tell people about it. Thank you very much.